As the storm clouds of World War II gathered across Europe in the late 1930s, the United States watched with growing unease. Though initially hesitant to enter the conflict, America's ties to Great Britain, a nation with whom they shared a common ancestry and democratic ideals, ran deep. News of Nazi aggression in Europe, the brutal invasion of Poland, the relentless bombing of London, sparked outrage and sympathy across the Atlantic. Public opinion in the U.S. began to shift. While President Roosevelt officially maintained neutrality, he also implemented a policy of Lend-Lease, a program that supplied vital war material to Britain and its allies. Destroyers, airplanes, and munitions flowed across the ocean, a lifeline for a nation facing imminent collapse. The tide turned dramatically on December 7, 1941. The Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, a U.S. naval base in Hawaii, shattered American isolationism. Overnight, the United States found itself at war not only with Japan, but also with its Axis partner, Germany. This unforeseen event irrevocably changed the course of the war. With America now fully committed to the fight, the tide began to turn. The U.S. industrial powerhouse churned out tanks, ships, and airplanes at an unprecedented rate. Millions of American men and women poured into the armed forces, ready to confront the Axis threat. On the battlefields of Europe, American soldiers fought alongside their British counterparts. From the brutal slog through Normandy to the liberation of Paris and the desperate defense of the Ardennes, a partnership forged in shared ideals and a common enemy solidified. American logistical and air power proved decisive in weakening German forces. Across the Atlantic, American convoys braved the deadly U-boat threat, ensuring a steady stream of supplies reached Britain throughout the war. American aircraft, operating from British bases, helped cripple German industry and pummeled the Luftwaffe, German Air Force, into submission. The road to victory was long and arduous, but the combined might of the United States and Great Britain proved unstoppable. D-Day, the massive Allied invasion of Normandy in June 1944, marked a turning point. Slowly, with immense sacrifice, Allied forces pushed the Germans back on all fronts. The final surrender of Nazi Germany in May 1945 brought an end to the war in Europe. Though ravaged and scarred, both the United States and Great Britain had emerged victorious. Their partnership, forged in the crucible of war, had become a cornerstone of the emerging world order. The legacy of America's support for Great Britain during World War II is complex and far-reaching. It marked a turning point in American foreign policy, ushering in an era of global engagement. It cemented a special relationship between the two nations, one that would continue to shape the course of history for decades to come.